So let's take a look at the answer to Lab 4.1. In Lab 4.1, you had to go through and create an application that uses a two-dimensional tuple to hold the following data, and create a loop to print out a custom, printout. And I started off by creating a nice little list of data like this, copying and pasting it. I should also go ahead and use some pseudocode here to kind of outline what I want to accomplish. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that and paste that in as well. Oops, 1, 2, 3. Aha. Okay, and let's see what else we have here. Create a loop that does the following. That's another piece I'll put in there. I think I'll just button up here for that. I guess not. Oh, I'm just changing it over just as a preference. There's no particular reason why I'm doing it. It just seems like a good idea at the time. Okay, next. If I had to defend why I chose to change the comments, I really wouldn't have a great defense for that one. But something tells me that I'll like it later. It's kind of weird. You develop a kind of an intuition about how you want to program. You don't even think about what you're doing or why you do it. You just kind of react. You'll see the more you practice. Okay, let's see what I got here. So I want to create an application that uses two-dimensional tuple to hold the following data. Okay, cool. I got the data. Let's see. This is going to represent what? Kind of a header. So I think I'll call it TPL header. Well, why not? And this will represent one row of data. So TPL row 1. And I think I'll copy and paste a little bit. I'm using the control button and left clicking to drag so that it does the copy and pasting for me. I'm a very lazy teacher. Okay, so looks like we've got 4 items. Actually, I think I just want to make a table of data with the rows, and I think I'll keep the header somewhat separate. Hopefully this won't come back to bite me. Okay, I want to make a table now, so TPL table, and I'll just make a collection of those rows. Row 1, row 2. I'm using the arrow keys to move down and hit enter. Row 3. Cool. And let's just print it out and see what it looks like. And that's good enough to test. Cool. So here you can actually see that this tuple is nested inside of the table. Maybe the term nesting makes more sense when you see it in that context. Now this is what you get when you just go ahead and tell it to print out the table. But what we want to do is we want to come up with a custom printout. So we're going to make a for loop that prints out the data to look something, I don't know, like this. Okay, so let's see here. First thing I want to do is print out the header. The header's different than the table just because there's only one header, but there can be many rows. I could have included it in there, but I chose not to. Okay, so for each row of data in the table, oops, PPL table loop. And let's see, I want to print out the row. Guys, I think that's a start. Let's see what it looks like. I'll comment that out for right now. Yeah, looking closer. Let's see. That's pretty much that. What else we got? Got the header here at the top. This one doesn't have parentheses. Okay, well, I guess I can strip those off. It should be a string. I wonder if it would be. How about if we convert it to a string? Okay, now let's convert to a string. We can strip off the parentheses. And rats, there's 2 parentheses, so I gotta strip off both. I think I did it. Let's find out. I like it when it works. Okay, let's see what else is on the list. I decided it'd be cool to have a line there. As to why, I don't know. I'm not sure it's going to be all that cool, but it should be pretty easy to do. Hey, what happened to my line? Oh, duh, forgot to print. Yeah, that looks pretty close. So it looks like we got that second piece done and the first piece done. We're moving on to the third. So I want to now add a nested loop to extract the individual elements and display as follows. So I got a row and I want to extract them out and print them out individually. Well, remember that these are actually printing out as a row of data. This is actually a tuple. So really all I need to do is step through the individual items in here. So if I'm right, I should be able to go through and say for each item in the row. Now let's see what we get. Sweet. I think that's what we wanted. Yep, except for I need to remove the first one up here. I'll just this one. Yeah, I like it. I mean, it's kind of ugly, but we've accomplished our goal. So hopefully that makes sense of a way of tackling it. You could have done things differently. You know, part of the thing with programming is it's creative. Every individual creates something a little bit different than the other. That's one of the cool things about programming, is the creativity part. So don't feel that what I do is necessarily the best way to go. I've been programming for a lot of years, but every time I do this example, I always come out with something a little bit different. And that's perfectly fine. Okay, hopefully that was instructional, and I will see you guys in the next video.